Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something that kind of goes against everything we're taught in our very online culture. We're talking about the power that grows when no one is watching. Our sources call it a sacred kind of power, one that's built in silence. And the whole premise here is, well, it's pretty revolutionary. It's that not every upgrade, not every new chapter deserves an audience. The real glow-ups, the ones that actually change your life, they happen behind the scenes.
Exactly. And that's our mission for this deep dive. We really want to explore the art of leveling up in silence. I mean, why it works, how it actually transforms you, and why privacy becomes your biggest power move.
Okay, so let's start with a truth that's, well, a little uncomfortable. The sources say that people often consume your journey more than they love to support it. That's a heavy phrase. What does that actually mean?
It's a really crucial distinction. You know, when someone consumes your journey, they're basically watching it for entertainment. It's a low-effort thing.
Like a like on a post or a quick congrats text.
Exactly. It's performative. They're interested in the story, the narrative you're putting out, but they aren't actually invested in the messy, hard work it takes to get there.
So when you go and announce a huge goal, like I'm starting a business or I'm training for a marathon, you're inviting more than just support. You're inviting these negative forces.
That's it.
We're talking opinions, doubts, even jealousy and other people's projections.
Yes, projections. That's a big one. And what's so fascinating psychologically is that you're letting the energy of other people's limitations lash onto your goal.
So the evil eye, in a way.
You could call it that. Even if you strip away the mystical side, it's just the psychological weight of envy, of competition. It's all this baggage that isn't even yours, and suddenly it's weighing you down before you've even taken the first step.
This connects to something really strategic we found. Why does just announcing a goal sometimes make you less likely to actually do it?
Yeah, and we can actually, ground this in some real cognitive science. When you tell everyone your goal, your brain gets a little confused. It mistakes the talking for the doing. Psychologists have a term for it, social reality creation.
Social reality creation.
Right. You get all this praise and recognition up front, so you get this little dopamine hit. It's the same hit you'd get from, actually achieving the goal.
Oh, wow.
So your brain kind of checks it off as partially done. Your urgency, your motivation, it dips. You're basically tricking your own reward system.
So privacy isn't about being secretive or hiding something. It's about keeping your own reward system hungry. It's protection.
It's pure and simple protection. You're protecting that energy while it's still new and fragile. Think of the analogy our sources used.
The seedling.
The seedling, exactly. Your dreams are like these tiny seedlings. If you put them out in the wind too early, the wind of public opinion, of doubt, they don't have the roots yet. They don't have the discipline built up to stand against it.
And they just break.
They break.
Yeah.
Or they just wither away because you spent all your energy explaining your plan instead of, actually watering the plant. Keeping it quiet lets it grow strong. It goes from a fragile idea to a resilient plan that can stand on its own.
And this is where it gets really strategic. Let's talk about the magnetic quality of someone who is leveling up but isn't talking about it. The person who kind of disappears for a bit and then comes back with this whole new aura, they're focused, they're intentional, just unbothered.
And that's not about being mysterious for the sake of it. It isn't manipulative.
No.
In this context, that mystery is just self-respect. It's signaling that your process is valuable, that it's your own, and that you don't need anyone else to sign off on it before you proceed. You're just securing the perimeter of your own journey.
Okay, but I have to push back on this a little bit. We live in a world that's all about networking, about being visible. How do you fall off the grid without seeming antisocial or, damaging professional connections? Doesn't it risk isolating you?
That's a really fair question. And the goal isn't total isolation. It's selective silence. It's about being unpredictable to the wider audience, not unreliable to the people who actually matter.
Okay.
And the strategic benefits, they just far outweigh that risk.
Yeah.
When you don't broadcast every single step you're taking,
People can't interfere.
they can't interfere because they don't even know the path you're on. They can't predict your next move, which is an incredible form of power. They can't try to keep you in the old box they had you in.
Right. And they can't slow you down with their unsolicited advice, which is always so helpful. And they can't water down your vision.
Exactly. You become unreadable. And being unreadable, having your next move be a genuine surprise, that's a type of strength that I think people really, really underestimate. You're operating on your own terms.
So let's go deeper then. What is all this silence actually doing to you on the inside? This isn't just about changing your social media habits. This is a real internal transformation.
It is. I mean, think about the sheer amount of mental and emotional energy you spend just talking, explaining yourself, defending your choices, looking for validation.
It's exhausting.
It's totally exhausting. And when you redirect all of that energy inward into just doing the work, the benefits start to build up immediately.
Our sources point to a major shift. Your mind gets calmer.
It gets calmer because it's not running that validation loop anymore. You stop what we'd call social monitoring, constantly checking to see how people are reacting to you.
And your energy gets sharper.
Much sharper. It's more defined because it's all pointed at action, not at communication about the action. But here's the most critical part. Your intuition gets louder.
You can hear yourself again.
You can finally hear yourself again. When you cut out all that external noise, you can hear what you actually want, what your real goals are, what the truth of your situation is.
And that's the frequency shift everyone talks about. You're moving from extrinsic motivation, what other people think, to intrinsic motivation.
That's it. All the noise in comparison, it forces you to look outward. Silence forces you to realign inward. If you're constantly looking over your shoulder, comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel, you're just operating on this low reactive frequency.
Right.
But silence forces you to align with your own values, your own process. The deepest level up is never the external thing first. It's not the new car or the new job title.
It's your internal frequency.
It's your internal operating system. And when that inner world rises, when it's grounded in your own clarity and discipline, the outer world has to follow. It has no choice. Your actions become so much more precise because they're driven by conviction, not by applause.
That makes so much sense. You just eliminate wasted motion.
Okay.
Okay, so now for the really juicy part. For the listener who's thinking, I get it, I'm sold. How do we actually do this? Let's get really practical here.
Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road. The sources lay out 5 clear, actionable steps, a protocol for this kind of quiet growth phase. So number 1, make your goals private.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Write them down for yourself. Lock them in a journal, but do not announce them. The goal is to let your discipline and then your results do all the talking.
But wait, a lot of people are going to say, I need my coach or I need my mastermind group for accountability. How do you build that same power internally without the external pressure?
That's the real work. Internal accountability is so much stronger because it comes from a commitment to yourself, not from a fear of what others will think. So instead of announcing the big outcome, you commit to the process.
Okay, so a shift in focus.
A huge shift. You make a contract with yourself, not I will launch this by June, but I will do 2 hours of deep work on this project every single day, no matter what. You check in with yourself on the process. That is so much more powerful.
I love that. Moving from outcome to process. Okay, what's step 2?
Step 2 is to fall off the grid a little. This just means you have to actively manage your visibility. You need to shift from posting about what you're doing to, well, actually doing it.
But what does a little actually look like? I mean, for some people, their job requires them to be visible online.
It's about setting boundaries. Maybe it's a full week offline to really kickstart a new habit, or maybe you just change your ratio. Instead of consuming 5 posts for every one you create, you flip it. You create these little pockets of silence where the only voice you hear is your own.
Got it. Step 3, move different. This sounds like it's about boundaries.
It's about fierce, energetic boundaries. If a person, a place, an activity drains your peace, it just doesn't get access to you right now. You're in that fragile seedling phase, and you have to protect it. It's not rude. It's recognizing that your energy is your most valuable currency for growth.
A peace perimeter. I like that. Okay, step 4 takes us back to strategy. Become unpredictable.
Yes, you have to internalize this. You do not owe anyone a constant status update on your life. You are allowed to evolve quietly. And when you stop offering updates, people eventually stop expecting them. It gives you so much freedom to pivot, to fail in private, to adjust, and to grow without an audience.
That pressure to perform is so real. If you fail privately, it's just a data point. You learn, you adjust. If you fail publicly,
You have to manage the narrative. You have to deal with the judgment. This way, failure becomes a private lesson that you only share once it's fully integrated.
Okay, so what's the last one? Step 5.
Step 5. Master the I'm working on me era.
Ah, the perfect response.
It's the perfect defense. It's simple. It's non-aggressive. It's final. No big explanations, no pressure. If someone asks what you've been up to, that's the answer. All the energy you save by not explaining yourself is energy you pour right back into the work.
And all of this leads to the grand finale, right? The culmination of it all,
Yeah.
the return. The real payoff for doing all this work in private is how you show up after.
Mm.
When you come back, the change is just, it's undeniable. You don't have to say a single word. People feel it before they can even process it. Your energy speaks for you. Your results introduce the new you.
That is the true power of quiet discipline. You completely skip the explanation phase and you go straight to the demonstration. Silence never, ever means that nothing is happening. It means everything is happening privately. The whole point is to shine so brightly that people genuinely wonder, how did they do that? Because you never gave them access to the process. They can only stand back and witness the result.
So you're flipping the whole model on its head. Instead of using an audience to motivate the work, you use your own discipline, and the audience just gets to see the achievement at the end.
Let them wonder. Let them guess. Your job is actually really simple. Grow quietly, evolve naturally. And here's the final thought to really take with you. Your focus should be so intensely internal that the universe itself is forced to clap for you before anyone else even gets the chance. That's how you know you've truly leveled up in silence.